Let's run git status again. And notice that Git knows that the file has been changed. It tells us that the file mars.txt has been modified. And it also gives us this helpful little suggestion to use git add in order to add those changes to the commit. Let me explain the difference between add and commit. When we tell Git to add a file or to add changes to a file, Git makes us tell it that we want to add these changes to the set we will commit. Why? Because there might be times when we're really not ready to commit our changes. Our work is only half done or half baked, and we're not ready to share that work with others. Add and commit make us tell Git that we're ready to save our work and that it should be saved. We can think of this in terms of 3 workspaces. We edit files. We have working files in our visible file system. The second location is a staging area for temporary storages, and then finally permanent storage in a repository. You edit files in your visible file system. When you're ready to add those changes, you use git add to place the changes into the staging area. And then finally, when you're ready to save those changes permanently, you use git commit to save them to permanent storage in the repository. Okay, let's go back to our file, and we're going to review the changes with git diff. This first line tells us that this is very similar to the Unix diff command. The second line gives us these index labels for the revisions. The third and fourth lines give us the file name, and then the final lines tell us about the changes that we have made to this file. Specifically, that plus sign indicates that we have added a line to the file. Okay, so let's commit the changes. We'll add a simple little message, a commit message. And, whoops, okay, Git is complaining. It tells us that no changes have been added to this commit. Why? Because we did not add them. We did not tell Git that we wanted to add these changes to our commit. So let's do that right now. Okay, and I'll use the up arrow key to repeat that same commit message rather than typing it again. And now Git is telling us that the file has been changed and that there's been an insertion, so it's happy now. Let's try adding another line to this file, and we'll try it again. We'll go through this cycle again. Okay. Right, and let's check git diff again. Notice that it's showing us that we have added a line. So let's add that to our. Let's add those changes using git add. Do git diff again. So now what we're doing is to actually walk through the movement of our changes from our working file system to temporary storage to permanent storage in the repository. Notice now that when I run git diff, there are no changes. Okay, there's no output, so there's no difference between what Git has been asked to save and what's currently in the directory. Let's try an option, git diff staged. So what this is telling us is that these are the changes that are in the staging area. This is in temporary storage, that one little addition of that one little line. Let's now move them to permanent storage. using git commit. All right, here we go. Let's check our status with git status. Nothing to commit, the working directory is clean, and we'll look at the git log and notice that each of these changes to the file has been logged. So to recap, to add changes to the repository, first add the changed files to the staging area with git add, and then commit those staged changes to the repository with git commit.